Hello everyone, Ken here. Welcome back to Prison Architect, where it's all kind of gone a bit wrong because, well, this guy here, who's this chap? Wilson. He came back in. He could have just left because, well, I mean, there's a hole in the fence here, and thankfully our chap here has put it back in. But I put some grass in, and I thought that'd be nice, and it replaced all the fencing, and 3 of our prisoners got out. So that was a bit bad, but. Let's move on with ourselves. We managed to finish up our grants, so we should actually probably consider getting some new ones in. See what we can do. Short-term investment is in progress currently. That's due to finish in 2 hours, and then we'll get a bunch of cash. I guess we could get this long-term investment. Cell block B, raise your prisoner capacity to 50. That might actually be quite a good one to do next. But I kind of also want to do reform through education. This is worth a lot of money. Build 20 school desks. Well, that is a lot of school desks. But we've got 20 prisoners. You know, we should. Why not teach 20 prisoners? I suppose. What are the alternatives here? Work in the laundry, kitchen, and have 3 prisoners working in the cleaning cupboard. I mean, I imagine that means that they do bits and bobs. We need to. The thing to do that is assigning them. We need to train them first, so we have to go through all the training stuff. So I think maybe we do reform through education first and foremost and get that underway. That might be the way to go. So, what do we want to do here today? Well, I kind of want to build out a storage area. But at the same time, like, that's not necessarily urgent, and it is going to cost us a fair chunk of money. Maybe we should consider making this a storage area, this sort of thing here, because it isn't currently doing anything else. Might not be a bad storage area. And again, not really much else going on with it, to be honest. Sure, let's do it. It's in a nice location. Next to the common room. And we can stop this being storage, and they should just take everything over there. We don't need too much more storage than that, hopefully. It's going to be a little bit awkward to get stuff around there. Maybe what we'll do is we'll put in a big door here, like so, and I want to materials, paving stone from here, and we'll have it go up to here, and then we'll also have it come across here. There we go. Sorted. What's going on here? Oh, they're just wandering around together, are they? Looked a bit weird. Looked like there was maybe something going on there. Garden outdoor area. Okay, well, we've got a gardener who's presumably going to get to work on that. Let's pop some lights in. I kind of fancy some lights. Things are actually going to use this thing now. And we'll also pop a couple down here just to keep things lovely and shiny. We'll build something over here eventually. Maybe once we get to cell block B, we'll start building that over there. That might be a good place for it. If there's any obvious things that we're missing right now, so maybe a good thing to check would be to hop into reports. And we can look at needs and see if there's any obvious needs. Spirituality is missing. Alcohol. Does that mean they need alcohol or they're having troubles with alcohol? Because it's quite a different thing one way or the other. Funds coming in. Here's like 16 grand. Boom, look at that. Oh, we've got cash for days now. Now we could theoretically get to work on that new cell block, or you know, we could do reform through education alternatively. So do you want this to be a classroom? I guess we could build a classroom here next to the yard. That might be quite a nice place to put it. We get onto that. Let's go to grants and let's get cell block B, and then let's. How long does this take? 165 hours. Well, that's a long time, but you know, hey. It does say long-term investment. Let's get to work on a lovely new classroom. I'm going to make it yay big, which is quite big. But there we go, and we'll need a door, of course, like any good classroom. So where do we want to come in? I guess we could have it here, kind of seeing as we've already got a path naturally leading up to it there. Seems like a decent place for it. And we'll wait for Wait for all that to roll out, and then once it's in, we can start building a classroom there. Our visitation room seems to be going okay. I feel like we need to... can we set... no, deployment I want. Guards. Assign guards to the secretary of prison. Locked. Okay, so bureaucracy. Deployment. Let's do that, because that seems like a good thing to have. And here, we should probably do this as well once we're done. Intelligence. Oh, we've got a bit of funds to do it with. I think that's probably quite a good idea. Are there any obvious patrol routes we really need to set up? I don't think so at the moment. We've got a decent chunk of stuff already. How are our staff looking? We've got 3 available. That means we should be okay. We could bring in 3 more prisoners to replace the 3 that, you know, slipped the net last time. Let's intake. Let's take 3 in for the next day. Arriving in 9 hours. That's fine. That's all fine and dandy. See, the problem is this chap's patrolling very, very slowly. And there's no one to open the door for poor old janitor here. But why is... Oh, okay. Maybe I need to... this electrical cable doesn't go quite far enough in to... There we go. That should have us lovely and sorted out there. Right. Ed Jackson sleeping 1 day without incident. Good for Jackson. Doyle got these big shades on. Yeah, look at that. Very stylish. Lacey here. Gabe Newell himself. Founder of Valve and Steam. Wow. Why is this... Oh, there's no guard on it. This guy... So this lady, I think, actually, is going over there to... well, you know. I shouldn't be too assumptive about that. But anyway, whoever they are, I don't really... I know this is a fence, but I don't want an open form classroom, really. I am going to put a wall in, because that's weird. So let's get a brick wall in. We're going to need to also get cable in. Can we go from above? That might be the way to go about it. I'm feeling going from above on this one. We'll get that in. And we'll also look to objects. So what do we need for a classroom? Let's designate it as a classroom. And then it will tell us, presumably, what we need for it. Classroom. We need to research education, don't we? Okay. Let's research education. Boom. 2 hours on that one. So while that's ticking away, anything else we can do here? I wonder if we can permanently station a guard in here now. If we've unlocked that. We have. Guard. We want a guard in there. So this is an interesting thing. So we want to establish, like, hey, we always want a guard in the canteen. We always want a guard in the common room. We always want a guard in here, in the cells area. And that's probably okay for now. And maybe we want one in here, but I'll think about that going forward. Do we want one in the holding cell? That seems like a weird place to have one. We'll probably want one in the classroom at some point, but for now that's probably enough organisation on deploying people, because that will stop. That will, you know, fill up our guard capacity. So we don't want to have too many of them on fixed things, because it will kind of clog up our guard capacity a bit. I kind of want to fill this out a little bit more now we've actually got the space for it, and put in maybe now we've got a bit more money to do it with. Put in like a couple of sofas. Let's just put them all in on the same side, I suppose, and then we'll maybe whap in a phone booth. So in case they need to call, and a drinks machine maybe. Where's a drinks machine? There we go. And that should keep people happy while they're waiting for stuff. And then in here, I kind of want a desk. Where's office desk? And in fact, the other thing we should probably do, as a matter of caution, make sure I get this the right way around. Sure. We'll do that, and we'll pop a chair in as well. And a bin up in the corner, why not? And then the other thing we'll do is we'll grab a metal detector, which is here, and we'll pop it here to stop anything getting out, because you know these guys are coming in from across the way, and who knows what they might be getting out of people coming in from outside. You know, maybe they're bringing some contraband, and we don't want that. So hopefully, between this camera here and the metal detector over there, that should stop anyone from getting out of here with anything they shouldn't be having. At least that's the theory. We'll see if it holds true in the end. But there's people just wandering around over here. Not quite sure. Oh, this guy's just gardening this big area we've got now. I guess that's good, but it is gonna like maybe keep him a bit too busy or unnecessarily busy. Right. Well, this is all in. So it looks a tad unusual, but I think that's maybe just because of the mode I'm in. So maybe if I come out of materials, maybe. Why does it still look so weird? Why is it like displaying this whole thing? Is it because I tried to build a building out to there? I'm not quite sure. Well, anyway, it doesn't matter too much, I don't think. We can now build our classroom, so let's do it. Boom. And we'll also floor our classroom. Gonna be snazzy about this. 10 grand. Shit, that was expensive. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. Well, I've done it now anyway. It's a good time. It was worth it. Come on. Because now they're gonna want to be in there. Now they're gonna be like, man, I've got to go study so I can have that luscious wooden floor. Right, what do we need in here? Indoors, school desk, office desk. So the office desk is obviously going to be up the front for the teacher. And they can have a chair. And probably also like a filing cabinet or something. Where's there we go, a filing cabinet. Always a good thing to have. And then everything else is going to be desks, school desks. Here we go. Now we need 20 of these, I think, in total. For our whatever our reform through education. I believe we need 20. 20 school desks. That's a lot of school desks, but we can definitely fit that in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Lovely. So once they're all in, we can do that. And then we've just got to do foundation education and general education. Now, is there anything we can research on that? Looks like there's actually nothing we need to research. Should we require armory so we can start thinking about deploying armed guards? What about prison policy? No, let's go with armory first. You know, force before consideration, of course. Got a nice storage room working out here. This guy kind of in a bit of an awkward spot. I think we probably will station a guard in the classroom now that it's going to be like an active thing. I think that's probably sensible. Oh gosh, we've got 3 more prisoners arriving. No, these are the 3. These are the 3 we wanted. Well, we'll stop after those 3 arrive. We're out of guard space though, so let's get ourselves a couple more guards. We can still afford it. And I want to make sure that we have enough. You know, we don't want to overwork things. Everyone's having fun in the shower. Looks like the water's not getting out now we've got those drains in. So that's good. Make sure you put drains in your doorway of your shower. to minimize leakage and spillage. Make sure you don't spend 10 grand on a wooden floor. Probably a good idea, but hey, I think it's a fun thing to do now. What I think it comes under programs. Foundation education. 7 interested. Boom. Now we need a regime time slot. Doesn't say what that is, but I think if we look under regime, I think it comes under work. So we could set it up wherever we want. We could set it up as like a. I don't really. No, I don't. Do I need to do it separately? Well, I've done it separately now, but it doesn't matter because it's in for everyone anyway. So normal security prisoners can work as well, and I think that means they can then come into the classroom then. So now they can come and they can learn. Anything else that might need to go into here? I guess we should probably put metal detectors in there because they don't take pens out or something. Although, let's put them inside because it's just going to be a little bit less clutter that way. Have we got lights coming through into the classroom? I don't know if we actually. Oh, we did. Okay, fantastic. And this still isn't sorted, so I think we might actually have to. That might be one where we have to just move stuff over here. That's fine. It can go all the way through. Not too expensive. See, that's 70 quid compared to the 10 grand we spent on flooring over here. I think that's fine. Shower, very much full of water right now, but it will drain away eventually. We could maybe increase the size of our areas. I don't think it's a huge deal, but it might be worth doing just to you know, just in case a lot of stuff arrives at once. Where's deliveries is here. To make it a little bit bigger just to be on the safe side. Of course, here this is theoretically where people come into the prison. Maybe we should like station someone here to do stuff. I don't know if the patrolling guards will actually open doors for people. So maybe we should. What I might do is stop this guy patrolling. Deployment. Guard patrol. Take this out and instead assign a guard to visitation. And then hopefully this guy can go and open doors for people. And it won't be quite so much of an issue. And presumably if you're stationed to this, he can still open doors as long as he's in the room. Don't really need people. This is more just like an entryway area. I don't know if actually this will get used all that much. But it's aesthetically nice. And I think that's important in your prison. Classroom looks like it's pretty much ready to go. We're going to need to wire up these, of course. And I think it's probably prudent that we install a CCTV camera in here as well. One at the front and one at the back. Just to account for any, you know, any weird stuff that might be going on in here. Why is there's something really weird about the way this is gone in, I think. And I'm not quite sure what it is. Not quite sure why it's done it. But it seems to have like kind of glitched out visually or something. I don't actually think it's an issue. It just looks a bit funky. But that's fine. We'll absolutely manage with that. This one CCTV's camera's going in. The other one should be on its way. Well, we've had an escape. Matt Doyle. Oh, Matt. Well, I guess we can take one more prisoner then. For what it's worth. I wonder how he got out. I wonder if he got out this way as normal. Or if there was anything sneakier going on that we didn't know about. I wonder how he... Yeah, I'm not quite sure what the method of exit was there. We'll have to keep an eye out. See if there's any obvious, like, defects in our design. If you've spotted something, do let me know. Because, obviously, we don't want too many escapes. We can avoid it. You know, at some point you could probably just make a break out of this door. But they don't stay open for very long. So you'd have to make a real effort to do so. Okay. I think that's really all for now. My next thing to do will be to raise my prisoner capacity to 50. We'll get loads of stuff up there. We'll get prisoners in on the foundation education course. Right, actually what we'll do before we finish is I'll connect these up just to make sure that I don't forget to do it. Right, there we go, and they're both on. Fantastic. Okay. So now this is all good. I'm not quite sure. There's a bit in the corner that you can't quite see, but theoretically, who runs education? Let's have a look. It will tell you if we look on regime, I think, or no, programs. Here we go. There we go. 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Led by a teacher in a classroom. Where do we need to hire a teacher for it? Can hire externally. Teacher. Okay, doesn't look like there is one, so presumably a teacher will just show up because we didn't. I don't remember hiring a teacher when we did this in the main tutorial thing. So we should be good. And that's going to bring us to an end of the episode. Thanks very much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed it. If you have, be sure to bop that like button. Subscribe to the channel for more Prison Architects and plenty of other games as well, of course. Poo! Why does it say poo? Oh, that's what he's doing. He's having a poo. Okay. Anyway, if you've seen any obvious like flaws that, any grass-related incidents that are going to let prisoners escape, do let me know, of course, in the comments. Or if you have anything else to say, or any new ideas for what I should do next, then let me know. If there's something I'm clearly missing that I should be doing, then tell me about it. And I'd love to hear it, and I'll adjust as necessary. So until next time, thanks for watching. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I'll catch you on the next one. Cheers! Oh, they're all setting off the metal detectors now. This is nothing but trouble. Right, take it easy. Cheers.